beyond the legal system, and stem largely from the psychological elements at play whenever an individual interacts with an authority figure. One of the most famous studies of obedience in psychology was carried out in 1961 by the renowned Yale psychologist Stanley Milgram. Mr. Milgram wanted to investigate whether Germans were particularly obedient to authority figures, as this was a common explanation for the Nazi killings in World War II. In the study, each participant was paired with another person, and they drew lots to find out who would be the learner and who would be the teacher. However, the drawing process was fixed so that the participant would always assume the role of the teacher, and the learners were actually aware of the study and merely pretending to be a participant. The teacher and the learner were then taken into separate rooms that were directly across from one another, and the teacher was informed that the learner was outfitted with electrodes that would deliver a shock whenever activated by the generator being controlled by the teacher. The learner was tasked with learning a list of paired words, and whenever the learner gave a wrong answer, the teacher was instructed by the experimenter to deliver a shock. With each wrong answer, the intensity of the shock increased, with the scale of the shock eventually reaching a fatal level. In reality, the learner was merely pretending to be shocked from the other room, and was instructed to give mostly wrong answers. Eventually, the learner would stop responding altogether, but the experimenter pressed the teacher to continue shocking the learner in the absence of an answer. When the study was concluded, 2/3 of the teachers had continued to shock the learner to the highest level of 450 volts, and all the participants continued to 300 volts. The results of this study demonstrated that ordinary people are extremely likely to follow the orders of authority figures, even to the extent of killing an innocent human being.